Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Sunshine Ordinance Task Force's Complaint Committee. I'm Nick Goldman, your chair. To my right is Doyle Johnson. To my left is James Kneber. Will you call the roll, please?
Member Goldman.
Here.
Member Goldman present. Member Johnson.
Here.
Member Johnson present. Member Kneber.
Here.
Member Kneber present. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum.
Thank you. Are there any agenda changes? Chris, members, what have we?
Mr. Chair, I got a call from a man who's claimed that he was Rita O'Flynn's husband, and he said they would not be attending the meeting based on the city attorney's jurisdiction letter. Because they say they concur with
I don't think that qualifies as an agenda change, but thank you for the information. Could you call the first item, please?
The first item is the approval of minutes of February 10, 2009.
I think they are complete and an accurate reflection of the last meeting. I would entertain a motion.
I so move. I so move.
I second that motion.
Any public comment on the minutes from our last meeting? Any public comment? Good afternoon. Any comments on the minutes from our last meeting?
No.
Apparently not. Would you call the roll on item 1, please?
On motion to approve the minutes, Member Kneber.
Aye.
Member Kneber, aye. Member Johnson.
Aye.
Member Johnson, aye. Member Goldman.
Aye.
Member Goldman, aye. Mr. Chair, there are 3 ayes.
Thank you. Would you call item 2, please?
Item 2 is the determination of jurisdiction on complaint filed by Rita O'Flynn against the Department of Technology for not providing copies of emails.
Thank you. As you mentioned, the complainant is not here. And I think we can rely on the documentation we have in our packet to substitute for her appearance here. Is the respondent party here? Department of Technology. I don't see a respondent from the Department of Technology. So I think that what we have in front of us is plain and simple a Sunshine complaint.
I agree, and I move that we find jurisdiction in this matter.
I second that.
Is there any public comment regarding the jurisdiction of this item? Seeing none, would you call the roll, please?
On the motion, Member Kneber.
Aye.
Member Kneber, aye. Member Johnson.
Aye.
Member Johnson, aye. Member Goldman.
Aye.
Member Goldman, aye. Mr. Chair, we have 3 ayes.
Okay, very good. Item 3. And would you call item 3, please?
Item number 3 is determination of jurisdiction on complaint filed by David Larkin against the Department of Public Works for reports on investigations.
All right. Is a complainant here? Sir, we'd like to hear your thoughts on why you believe that Sunshine Ordinance has jurisdiction over this item. What we're doing here in this meeting is determining jurisdiction, and then we'll hear the merits of your case at our full board meeting. Okay? So while you're welcome to go into the merits of your case, you don't need to present those now. I'll leave it up to you.
I'm
Okay?
not sure exactly what you're looking for. Good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for because I believe everything was in my complaint. I don't believe the Department of Public Works has a right to withhold this information under 6254. I don't believe there's any personnel or medical files involved in this case. I also believe that I was the first person in the history of the mapping department to have to go through the Sunshine Ordinance to get a copy of the map, and for Ms. Moy to tell me that Mr. Stores did nothing out of the ordinary or had no misconduct, I don't believe is true. I believe that investigations of misconduct should be made public. If they're not, then the transparency is gone. I have no idea who she talked to, what she investigated. She won't tell me anything other than she found Mr. Stores did nothing inappropriate. You give me a second. I'm not sure, is that what you're looking for in this meeting here, or I'm not sure what my role is today.
It's just to present yourself.
Okay.
Say, this is what happened, this is why I'm here.
Okay.
Just to reiterate Chair Goldman's statement, this meeting is really to see if we, as a Sunshine Task Force, have jurisdiction over this matter. So, in essence, you're showing us that this is a valid Sunshine complaint.
I believe it is. I don't believe they can prove that there is any personnel, medical, or other type of files in this type of investigation. And I would have no way of knowing that unless her report or her investigation is made public. For her to come out without blankly stating that, I believe, is not correct. I have no idea, or I do not, it's possible she never even did an investigation to my knowledge. And it's just her determination.
Is that it?
Thank you.
It doesn't have to be involved, it can be pretty simple.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I even asked for a redacted version of this, and they turned me down. I also asked if they had the, if they asked the city attorney if this was a privileged document. And they came back and they said they did not go through the city attorney to get that determination. So I have no idea who even made the determination that
Right.
this document is subject to that.
Well, as they say in the vernacular, that pretty much covers it. Is there anyone from the Department of Public Works to respond to the complaint?
My name's Frank Lee. I'm the custodian of records for the Department of Public Works.
Uh-huh.
And for the record, I don't know why this is brought forth to the Sunshine Ordinance Task Force, to tell you the truth. I think that we have responded to all of Mr. Larkin's requests, all 12 of them, from November to January. We did withhold 3 pieces of documents which we consider personnel records. As Mr. Larkin stated, yes, we did conduct an investigation of the employee that he made a complaint against, and we did some research, and we have 3 statements from colleagues or members of our staff. And those are the 3 statements that we want to withhold, or we withheld from them, because they are part of the personnel records.
Do you contest jurisdiction at all? Do you contest our jurisdiction over this item?
I'm not even sure what that means, to tell you the truth.
Well, that would mean that if you were to contest jurisdiction, that would mean that you felt that this wasn't a Sunshine matter at all, that we shouldn't be considering it,
Well,
that sort of thing.
I don't even feel that we violated anything, so I don't know how we answer that. I mean,
Okay, yeah. Fair enough response.
The difference is, it's not if you think that you've done something wrong, but you think that this shouldn't be in front of the Sunshine.
that's
Okay.
up to you to decide. Because
Right.
we personally, we don't even think we should be here.
All right.
So,
Right, but yeah, I just wanted
so
to...
I don't know how to answer your question.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Ernie, you had a...
I just had a thought. In my jurisdictional letter, I recommended that this body find jurisdiction simply because the subject matter that has been made in this complaint is within the jurisdiction of the task
Right.
force. That the government agency has the information. It was developed during an investigation, course of business. They do not wish to release it. They cite an exemption. That still makes it within the jurisdiction of the task force.
Right.
The task force decides whether the exemption applies or not.
Right, that's what I thought. Questions, comments, motions?
Looking through the packet and from what's said, I do think that we have jurisdiction. I move that we find jurisdiction in this case.
I second that.
Is there any public comment on the issue of jurisdiction of this complaint? Seeing none, will you call the question, please?
On motion to find jurisdiction, Member Knebber.
Aye.
Member Knebber, aye. Member Johnson.
Aye.
Member Johnson, aye. Member Goldman.
Aye.
Member Goldman, aye. Mr. Chair, there are 3 ayes.
Thank you. So this will now be heard at the full task force, okay, and on the 24th. And Chris will be notifying you of that, okay? Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay. Yeah, good, they get to meet. Isn't that sweet? Would you call the next item, please?
Item number 4 is determination of jurisdiction on complaint filed by Charles Pitts against the Health Department for not providing information and identifying the person who finally provided the response.
Okay. Comment?
Yeah,
Member
in the
Kemmerer?
interest of disclosure, I would like to put out there that I have worked with Mr. Mecki. We worked together in the city. Although he's not named in the complaint, it is about him and his tenure. So I don't think that it biases my judgment. So I don't think I need to be recused, but I just want to put it out there.
Thank you for that disclosure. Where's this item? All right, let me get to my item. Charles Pitts v. Health Department.
That's it.
Yeah. So, Mr. Pitts, are you in attendance? Would you be kind enough to approach the lectern and present your jurisdictional argument, please? We're here today to determine jurisdiction, of course.
Okay. I mean, to me, the city attorney gave me jurisdiction. That's about it. Because see, my thing is I pretty much just asked for information about his tenure because there was like his tenure, his seat had actually expired, so he's trying to keep his seat over into a next term, his chair position. So I was asking for documents about that, and you know, the information that I got back, I didn't think it was professional. It had several errors in it, and that's, you know, just the fact that it was not given back to me in a professional fashion, and the fact that it didn't, there's many errors in the documentation that I received back, and also the fact that they made reference to documents that they didn't provide. That was another problem as well.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a little lost here, but is there any questions?
Not yet. Certainly.
We're just here to determine jurisdiction.
Now, is there anyone here from the Department of Public Health? No, but they did send a note. It says, San Francisco Department of Public Health does not agree with the allegations of this complaint. However, we do not dispute the SOT of jurisdiction and submit this statement in lieu of sending a representative to the complaint committee. Members, have you any questions for the complainant?
None.
None.
In my jurisdictional letter, I did raise some points that I thought this body might be able to get some answers to from the complainant. Although I found that there was a jurisdiction because he's requesting information, I didn't think that there was a jurisdiction based on the fact that he didn't get the name of the author who wrote the statement that was on DPH letterhead because he didn't ask for it. And also about possible ethics violations, that's not within your jurisdiction either. But I am wondering what exactly is missing in terms of the reply, the 2609 reply he got from the Department of Public Health. I assume that's the document that answered his request that he made on February 5th, I believe. So what specifically did he want and what didn't he get? I think that would be helpful.
Yeah.
I think part of it.
Mr. Pitts, we will ask the questions on him. I still think that is a question maybe for the full task force. I mean, I don't think that it has a matter in the jurisdiction. I think that's something that the full task force can ask.
Matter of fact, as
yeah.
opposed to jurisdiction.
It's only to see if we could focus in on what the points are to help the task force, if you feel it's appropriate. If not, then the task force could ask that question on the 24th.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you two think about that? About asking questions now or letting it go for the task force to ask questions?
I tend to agree. They send a letter saying they don't dispute jurisdiction. We're just here to bring it before the full task force to see if there's something that we can do for Mr. Pitts or if we can't. So I agree with Never.
Well, I mean, with that, I would move that we find jurisdiction and then put it before the task force.
I would second that.
Okay.
Is there any public comment on the jurisdiction of this item?
Yeah, can I just make a statement?
I suppose you can. We're going to be a little lenient here.
Okay. Because, see, I mean, the lawyer brought up a point or two, you know, and see, to me, my thing about it is that, you know, I mean, you send off an information request, and it has no type of where this information is coming from. I mean, did the janitor send me this? Did you know, did the person who cooks food in the basement send me this? I mean,
No, they didn't.
I mean, I definitely understand that, but I mean, my problem is it doesn't say where this letter came from, you know, and that's one of my main problems. And then the other problem is it's just that it had the documentation that I was, you know, this letter that they sent me with know where it came from, it has several errors in it. It just has several errors.
How do you know there are errors?
Because okay, it's in the, I think it's like the last paragraph. It says Mr. Mackey was voted in as chair in January 2008. That's not correct, because see, the paperwork that I have, which I did submit, you know, this here, he wasn't voted. This has a different date on it, has different everything on it, and it's not January 2008. It doesn't say that.
But our body isn't to guarantee that responses are factual or not factual. We're here to make sure that people provide you documentation. At the outset, see, what you asked for, when you asked them a question, why Quentin Mackey can hold on to his chair. You didn't ask him for a document, okay? Now, that's a little different. So you asked them a question, and they responded to it, right? So, in effect, they satisfied your request. So you have to be careful. Like Ernie said, what we're trying to do here is focus your case, okay? So you want to be very focused about what you asked and what you got. Now, in your initial request, did you say you need to know who sent it? No, but they provided you with a response, right? So what you want to do is be very careful about what you say they did or what they didn't do, okay? So you want to focus this now. You asked them for something, and they gave it to you, right?
I mean, to me, my answer is no, because it's not correct. Can they just tell you whatever they want when they respond? Can they lie to you and just give you any type of response they want and it not be factual?
That's a different question. And we're going to get into that, I believe, at the full task force. But when you come before us at the full task force, I want you to be very focused and clear about your complaint, okay?
Okay. Because, see, the other thing, too, is I did send a second request that I can actually, I'll get it to you very soon. And I didn't get a response to that. I mean, I got half a voicemail. You know, when I went to talk to her, she said that something was coming in the mail, and I never got it.
Yeah. What I suggest you do, a question? Go ahead. Pardon? You can ask a question. Go ahead.
So basically, Mr. Pitts, because you weren't given these names, you're questioning the authenticity of where it came from. That's your question.
Not, well, a little bit of that, but I'm also just, you know, Can you repeat the question? I'm just.
My question is because of the conflict in which you state the dates that were submitted to you were erroneous, and you weren't provided a name of where the document came from. You're questioning the authenticity of the document.
I mean, it's definitely something that can be questioned. It's definitely something that can be questioned, you know, because
which could be determined at the full test.
Right. Question of fact.
It's just, you know, it makes sense to question authenticity to it because it has no type of, you know, no type of like name as to who it was sent. To me, this
We
is,
got that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it's just, to me, part of it is just basic professionalism.
Yeah. So, Chris, would you call the question, please?
On the motion to send this matter to the full task force, Mr. Member Knebel?
Aye.
Member Knebel, aye. Member Johnson?
Aye.
Member Johnson, aye. Member Goldman?
Aye.
Member Goldman, aye. Mr. Chair, there are 3 ayes.
Okay, thank you. Would you call the next item, please?
The next item is the administrator's report. I do not have anything else to add to besides what I have provided.
What's on our
package.
packet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I call item 6.
Can I ask, I'd like a question. Chris, there's one on here, and I think it's just probably timing, but it is Ray Hart's versus the Office of Citizens Complaints. Is that just because of the time it came in? It's on the complaint committee next month, or it just couldn't make it this month? Second from the bottom.
The department requested
Okay.
focus hearing.
Okay. Thank you.
Any public comment on the administrator's report? Seeing none, would you call item 6, please?
Item 6 is public comment on items not listed on the agenda.
Any members of the public wish to comment? I see none. Will you call number 7?
Item number 7 is announcements, comments, questions, and future agenda items from committee members.
Members, what have we? James? No, I have none. Is there public comment on the announcements, comments, questions, etc.? None. I would entertain a motion to adjourn
I
by,
so move.
without objection then.